You still want me to put that one on or not really?
I don't think we really need it, right?
Just asking you.
Because it doesn't work half the time, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tom going. Sorry, I shouldn't have that in my mouth. You have time to run to the restroom? Or-
Yes.
Trying to find those exhibits. Nobody can't find them. Let's see.
All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you are here. In custody, we have Alexander Rodriguez, Joseph Mejia, Shelby Jean Rodriguez, Brandon Lynn Banks, Gabriel Diaz,
There's an online community.
okay, Mary Guerrero, Guadalupe Delgado, Tommy Lopez, custody, Damian Huff, custody, Mendez Moran, custody, Pedro Rodriguez, Javier Herrera, custody, Darren Doze, thank you, Dominique Nicholson, custody, Stephen Walbacher, Zachary Dikey, he'll be Zoom, okay. Jacqueline Vera, Zoom. Willie Cunningham, Jonathan Dreamer, custody, Ethan Rosales, Michael Johnson, Jose Amador, custody, Miguel Angel Aguilera, Luis Martinez, custody, Guadalupe Rodriguez, Cameron Hollingsworth, custody, Antonio Rodriguez, Genevieve Nicole Lopez, Lisa Pryor, custody, Priscilla Parra, okay. Carlos Martinez, Richard Ortiz, Pedro Rodriguez, custody, Bryala Butler, custody. Is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? Yes. I'm sorry, what? Crystal Porter. Do you have a case number or SID number? I'm sorry, what? Do you know who your attorney is? All right, we'll see who it is. Thank you. Yes. Philip, and I'm sorry if you could repeat the last name.
Guadiano is Guadiano.
All right, do you know your case number or SID number?
I know.
Do you know who your attorney is?
My attorney today will be Jody Sawyer.
All right, just have a seat. Anyone else over here? Over here? You said Abigail Noriega? And do you have a case number or SID number? Do you know who your attorney is? All right, just have a seat. We'll get with you. And for those of you, your attorney's not here, be probably best if you call them on the phone because we're going to start a jury trial today. I need to follow on Richard Ortiz.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, the 175th, go to the second floor.
Norma,
Yes.
on Richard Ortiz. Michael DeLeon is in jury trial, if you'll recall that for January 21st. And Deputy Laura, if you let him know his case is being recalled for the 21st and his attorney's in jury trial.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Bianca, on page 8 of the docket, Richard Ortiz is being recalled for January 21st. You're welcome.
It's obviously a complicated case as far as going over the offer and everything. So
All right, how much time are you asking for? I know you're 10 days, but Mr. Doze, if you can come forward, this is a discussion about your case. All right, so I'm being told that your case is has been re-indicted. Your counsel doesn't have a copy of your indictment, the new one. He's entitled to 10 days to prepare. Of course, I usually give people more than 10 days to prepare. So I am trying to figure out what would be a good date for you to have a chance to consider whatever offer the state has made. And excuse me, could you print off, see if in the system they have the new indictment yet? And if you do, if you could print it out for them, it's on Darren Doe's.
Send me the same case number.
So what are you asking for?
Maybe 3 weeks. That gives us enough time to go the indictment. The facts of the case haven't changed, so it goes go over the indictment and the offer to consider everything.
All right. Ms. Ferguson. They're asking for 3 weeks. This is what I want on this case. Set it in 30 days, but it's for jury trial. If y'all work it out, you work it out. If you don't work it out, then we'll have a trial, because this case has been around since 2022. No fault of the court. It came from another court, and then discovery since 2022. All right, what date?
Judge, I can put it on that Tuesday, but it'll be February 11th.
All right.
30 days is February 13th.
All right, February 11th.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused, and they'll see if they can grab you a copy of the new indictment.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you,
thank you
Judge.
for dressing appropriately for court and always being on time. The line didn't stop you.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Give me 1 moment, so I'm figuring it out right now. Is it just for one case or both cases?
It's the one case. It should be the murder case.
Okay. My brief.
Thank you. Hello.
Hey, Judge.
Hi. Yes.
I knew that you would be here and I just need, it's a pre-indictment case. It's just a
Okay.
signature.
All right, no problem. How are you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. I had a chance to visit with family.
How long were you in Louisiana for Christmas?
I was there for 2.5 weeks.
Here's that,
Take care of other issues as well, but yeah.
I'm sure the tree was full of presents for your niece.
Oh, yes. And it's so, it's so funny because the first mode of transportation she received, now children get the cars, that's the remote. So this time she got a bicycle, and it took her a minute to realize that you have to power this yourself. It's not a battery operated, but she loves it. So,
Gabriel, we have a little bike that he just pushes on and that boy does not want to walk around the house. He just wants to ride
and yeah.
his little bike around. And we got one that you push
Mhm.
and then eventually he'll be able to pedal.
Oh.
But he knows how to steer it. And so I was pushing him around and I took him to
Yeah.
he was gonna go into a store and he was like, wow, so just like trying to steer it away.
Oh my gosh. You know what? They need to bring back the big wheel.
Oh,
I mean, and the big wheel make that noise like you were really, yes.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, my younger brother had a big wheel.
I got him one of those dome ones
Mhm.
that you push, but they also can Flintstone it.
And you know, the big wheel, you didn't get a flat tire.
True, true.
So, yeah, bring back the big wheel.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate
All
it.
right, sure, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, may I approach?
yes,
During those who do have a witness.
okay,
I don't know if the judge of the court has done this, but are you able to explain to her what the
Sure.
complaint is and
yes,
our duties? It's Abigail Noriega.
all right. If you'll bring her up, please.
Okay, she has a violation report that needs to be addressed. So.
We address that with the judge.
Can you talk with the file there?
Get it?
Yes, go ahead.
No.
You can talk to the.
Okay.
You'll put it up there, you can just let her know. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
No, I'm gonna grab everything right now from the back. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Oh, is it for? Is that what we sent them? Oh. Is it the same?
Yes, it's the same. All right, state on Mary Guerrero. Who has that? It's a stalking. All right, have you had a chance to review the violation report? Okay. All right, Ms. Guerrero, if you come forward.
No, I know what it says. Okay.
Good morning. How are you doing today? I'm sorry?
I'm sick.
All right, could somebody give Deputy Mejia, do y'all have a mask for Ms. Guerrero? All right, Ms. Guerrero, you're charged with stalking. Do you understand that? You're on GPS. And the reason why you're on GPS is because you're charged with stalking. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you're on GPS, there are only specific places that you can go. You cannot just go wherever you want to go. Do you understand? So why are you traveling to these different places?
My daughter misunderstood what we were going through. She didn't understand, I guess.
I mean, but you knew.
Yeah, but it was my daughter talking to him all the time.
No, but here's the thing. You can't go where you want to go because you're charged with stalking.
We
So,
misunderstood the way, I guess, we didn't understand. I thought it was just, we could go anywhere. We didn't understand.
no. So let me explain to you. You can only go to specific places. So if you say, I want to go to the HEB, and let's say it's the HEB on De Zavala. That's the only place you can go, is the HEB on De Zavala. And if they say you can go to the HEB on De Zavala from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., you can only be at the HEB on De Zavala from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Then you have to go back to your residence. You cannot do this. Oh, Burger King is on the way to the HEB. So let me stop at Burger King. Target is on that way. Let me stop at Target. And the reason being is because you're on GPS and you're not on GPS tracking. Do you understand? All right, state, what do you want to do about this violation report?
Continue on current conditions, Your Honor.
All right, so your conditions will remain the same, but you have to remember to follow those directions. You understand?
Yes,
All right, now the next question is, where are we? My understanding, all discovery has been tendered. States you tendered an offer in December.
Judge, we hired a private investigator who's investigating the case. He's completed his initial phase. He wants to do more work. I also want to get a mental assessment done of Ms. Guerrero. and like to request a reset for that.
All right, so you'll need to file that motion for an evaluation no later than Friday. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset.
February 13th.
All right,
Okay.
February 13th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Just.
You're welcome.
And I'm not even responding to it. What's that have to do with my project? What's the step for?
Yes.
I'm here not as an attorney, but as a witness for Genevieve Lopez.
We started last night.
Genevieve Lopez?
Next Monday.
Yes, it's
So
a
next Monday.
probation because I told her to appear in person
McFarland.
at a deposition.
McFarland, Tennessee.
Arlington.
Oh, is she here?
I just talked to her. She said she was given permission by the probation officer to appear by Zoom.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll make that for you, dog.
Get 5 minutes.
So she should be zooming in.
Thank you.
Pardon me?
She should be zooming in then.
I tell her, I don't even know.
If you let Ms. Ferguson know the number and
Okay.
probation knows the Zoom number.
And the probation does what?
Probation officer knows the Zoom number, so does Ms. Ferguson.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Good morning, neighbor.
Morning.
have the number for
I got it right.
Not just there.
Well, you did give it one of them, picture, I can write down. That is good.
No, there's no need to pass those.
That's it. Okay.
And I know it's there, she just goes to me back when that's.
No, he's asking you to pass.
Oh, God.
And he was on, and then we took it back, he's like. I've been charged. Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
Minding my own business yesterday, watching a football game that I recorded. 3 o'clock, I got a hearing notice. for
What football game did you record?
Pro games, the college games.
Just.
I have to record them all.
I have to watch it live because I feel like if I watch it live, then,
Fast forward the kicks, fast forward the commercials, fast forward the talking heads at the beginning of the game.
but see, I feel like if I watch it live, I can will my team to win. If I'm watching it and it's,
And
you know, there's nothing I can do if it's recorded.
LSU needs that, so you keep doing that.
So who are you here for?
3 o'clock, I got a notice.
Yeah.
Get your ass.
Nobody said that.
Well, more or less,
You're-
that's how I interpret it. Be here this
Who's your
morning.
client?
Priscilla Park. It's not my class. I finished her off last
Okay,
year.
so here's the thing. You need to talk to the MAC about that because I don't appoint
I know.
people necessarily.
But
Let me see
This
what's
is
going on.
supplemental report, Judge.
Let me see what's going on.
Yes.
I got her deferred
Okay, just
adjudication
one
last
second.
year.
Let me
Okay.
read and I'll be able to see.
You feeling it today?
Yes, I'll be here the rest of the week.
Lucky you.
Seriously, being here.
Where are you normally?
I'm a supervisor, so I'm all over the place.
All right.
You gave her deferred adjudication in June.
Yes.
I got paid in July. I'm
Okay.
off the case and how
All right,
I
so
got noticed.
here's
I
the
don't know.
thing.
What?
This is what always amazes me.
What?
People will come to me and they will say things. I'm not the person who appointed you. So
I wasn't appointed.
here's the thing.
Okay.
You need to take your
Anger.
frustration and anger, take it to the MAC. Yeah, so go forth, take it to the MAC.
Can I leave then?
Yeah, go take it to the MAC.
And you.
Go to the MAC and
I'm
take
outie,
your
I'm
anger to
outie,
the
I'm
MAC.
outie.
Bye.
Next time email me or call me so I don't have to show up.
No, that's not her job.
That's true too. I
So
guess.
we're not doing that. So go to the MAC and explain to the MAC
And tell them
that you feel like you're not supposed to be on this case. Because the MAC is the person who appointed you or kept you on it or put you on the list to be here. I did not.
Okay.
So walk over to the MAC or pick up the phone and call the MAC and say, why am I listed as this person's attorney and I'm not supposed to be? The end.
But I'm
And what I
done.
can tell people is when you finish cases, I know this is what attorneys do because I used to do it as well. When you finish a case and somebody's on probation, Normally, you don't file a motion to withdraw because you're like, I'm done. Thank you, Lorraine, because you're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
But
you know, it
when you
takes
don't
too much
file-
time.
when you don't file a motion to withdraw, technically, you're still on the case. And so Mac is
For the
looking
rest of
at,
her life,
but here's, yes, for the rest of her life. Mac is looking at, you didn't file a motion. Did you file a motion to withdraw in this case?
well, no, I'm like her. I don't do withdrawal.
So you know,
Oversight, Mac routinely appoints new attorneys on MTR.
Well, this isn't even an MTR.
But-
Be a coincidence.
but you know who your anger should be?
Odyssey, Odyssey.
No, yourself, because you didn't file a motion to withdraw, technically, legally.
I can't be angry at myself, Judge. I love myself. More than I thought to love myself.
Yeah.
I think same
No, I never got another
Thank you,
appointment.
Lorraine.
I never got another appointment. I just got a hearing notice. Be
Lorraine,
here tomorrow.
Lorraine, sometimes you just can't bring it to attorneys. Sometimes attorneys just want to be angry.
Can I leave or run out of here?
I wouldn't run because you may trip and fall.
Being as old as I am, I might get hurt.
And then
But I
would-
can't pull a muscle. I'm too old to pull a muscle.
Do you have muscles?
Yes, that's right. That's why I couldn't pull a
So-
muscle.
I would suggest that you take your anger to yourself and to the Mac.
To that,
Yes.
because I gotta love myself, right? I'm supposed
Okay.
to love myself, right?
All right.
Okay, baby. Later. But
I like Priscilla Para.
So if I get another appointment.
If you come down, please.
I just got a hearing notice.
I don't know, I'm getting ready.
Oh,
There's a lot of that.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, everyone, please whisper. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, I guess.
Okay. So this is what's happening. You were placed at DDRF. That was to help you with your mental health issues.
Mhm.
But DDRF, they're saying that your mental health issues are at such a level that they can't help.
Okay,
So we've got to find a place, another place for you to be.
okay,
All right, because there's some issues with what you're consuming,
Mhm.
and what you're consuming could be very dangerous to you.
okay,
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to figure out what would be a good placement for you, because I don't want you to injure yourself. I want you to get better mentally
mhm,
and not injure yourself physically,
okay,
okay? Because at DDRF, they can't watch you 24/7 to make sure that you're not eating things that you should not be eating, okay?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're always been patient and I appreciate that. So if you'll just be patient with us, we're gonna try to figure something out, all right?
Okay,
All right, thank you so much. Norma? Yes. Can you see if Renee Munoz can come down?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know, what else?
Yeah, I don't know either, so I'm trying to figure out something, but she'll need a case manager and everything to be set up for her, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think on something.
I know ACOG has pretty extensive
Mhm.
case management for people with serious disabilities. I don't know if that's something, but
Well, I'll need that, and then I need an attorney for her
yeah.
that is an attorney and a counselor at law.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Who is here for Genevieve Lopez? Is not Robert Brawback. It's Stenberg. He said he's a witness. Okay. My mom always says, don't put anything in the universe, and so does Deputy Laura, but can today get any crazier? I'm sorry. I can't take it back now, can I? I'm like, whoa. I don't necessarily appoint people.
I was telling you manifest, which is.
Today is gonna be a glorious, beautiful, non-combatant day.
Today's a good day. Today will finish early. Today will be no trial. Today is a great day.
It's a great day. Joseph Mejia. Shelby Jean Rodriguez. All right, thank you. Brandon Banks. Gabriel Diaz. Guadalupe Romero Delgado. Thank you. Stephen Wayne Walbarker. Miguel Angel Aguilera. All right, Genevieve Lopez is by Zoom.
Mushroom.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I guess I'll reach out.
Yes.
Good morning, Ms. Ferguson. How are you today? I'm morning tired.
What's going on?
Brandon Banks, I'm assuming he didn't show up because of Omicron. Yeah.
No, he's not here. And I think a warrant has already been.
Yes,
issued.
ma'am, that was my understanding, but I just, as an officer of the court, felt my duty to appear.
Oh, I appreciate that. Can I see the file on Brandon Banks, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, you are excused. If
Thank
you
you, Your
don't,
Honor.
We'll let you know.
Yeah. I have. I'm right there.
You know, Satel's, they told me they would actually put like little triangles or stuff, so men who are colorblind can match up their, just do like little pandas.
Okay, see, that would be awesome. Now, Robert, when someone makes $1 million off of that idea, you're gonna say, why didn't I do it?
I missed my opportunity.
Can we follow up on the plea from yesterday?
Yes.
Just approach off.
Okay, yes, just give me 1 second. Let me put this in the system. Oh, it's gonna take 2 minutes. I just need to put this.
So.
All right, yes.
Zachary Dikey.
Yes.
I think, yeah, so we have given or like reconsidered an offer and extended a different offer
Mhm.
that would require screening for the type of facility that we believe that he needs to go into. But that's just where we're at.
Yeah, I need to talk to him and make sure, and then if the court would allow, we might ask to amend or reconsider.
And what facility are you all looking at?
DDRF.
All right, so you probably want to talk to probation because I just had someone here. Just 1 second, let me do this.
More.
Good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. But are you cold?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. You know, they say we may get snow next week.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a high of 21 one day.
We'll see what happens. All right, so on this case, was there supposed to be a motion to sever?
Yes, I filed it, Judge. I talked to Jason. He said they don't oppose it.
Okay, so let me, excuse me, could I have the,
Yeah, I've got the original.
All
If
right,
you want to
thank
use that.
and I'll just sign it so there'll be no issue. All right, so then the next thing we have is, let's see, just let me find one thing. Discovery. Where are we on that?
Judge, I know that most of it's uploaded, I believe, I mean, there's quite a bit, so.
Okay.
So because this is sort of a mixed in with some other cases, so I believe that Mr. Mauer probably, I'm assuming hasn't reviewed all that, I don't know if he has or not.
But Judge, I think, I know we reviewed some of it. So I anticipate we have it. If the court can give us a plea deadline setting,
Okay,
and then I'll be talking to Jason moving forward.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this in 60 days for a plea deadline day? I figured that'll give you
Yes, ma'am.
30 days for the discovery and everything
Yes,
else.
ma'am. It will.
And it's on Ethan Rosales. All right, March 16th, is that
That's
a
Monday?
spring break?
No, spring break's on the 10th.
But is that a Monday or a Tuesday?
Monday.
Okay.
All right, March 17th.
St. Patrick's Day?
We'll be here.
Top of the morning.
And that's what everybody will be saying.
Y'all mind me.
And I'll see, and I'll see if I can do an accent. Top of the morning.
I'll bring a green robe for you, my aunt used to wear it.
Okay, awesome.
I remember
Okay, I
her
would
wearing
be
that all
so-
the time.
I would be so honored.
I have it.
All right, don't make that promise if you're not gonna do it,
All right.
because if you bring it, I will wear it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
I remember her wearing that all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to laugh because always used to bitch her about smoking. She was like,
Well, everybody used to go smoke.
Yeah.
Terry McDonald used to go down. Yeah, the trial with Terry McDonald years ago. My first year was another. And Give her all the updates.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm ready on her. She's logging on to the Zoom.
I'm gonna never wear a yellow tie. It's also a fault for the yellow tie, but I always wear blue.
So do I. I don't know why.
Right now.
Okay, thank you.
The probation. Okay.
All right, Jacqueline Vera. All right, there's someone here on iPhone.
That should be her. And then
All right, Jacqueline Vera, is that you? Oh, she's connecting. Is that your client?
yes, ma'am.
She's connecting to audio.
Okay.
All right, are you Jacqueline Vera? Could you unmute, please?
Not working.
She's not unmuted. Let me send her a chat.
I'll text her too.
Do you want to put her on your cell phone?
Sure, Judge. If you're okay with that,
Yes, that's fine.
just call her on speaker.
Yes.
Lindsay, are you calling me?
Who's the person with Monique's phone?
I have it.
Monique's phone is gone. So
I mean,
if you want to just call her and put
yes,
her on
ma'am. I'm
speakerphone.
sorry, Judge.
No problem. It happens.
She's probably not wanting to answer my call because Zoom.
All right, I tell you what, let me do this. Let me disconnect her.
Just
And then maybe now she'll answer.
now I can't get my phone to ring. Goes straight to
right.
a voicemail.
Let me ask you this. Just one
Here
second.
she is.
Ah.
Oh, shoot. I hit decline. Here she is again.
Oh, it's been a
Hello.
Monday on Tuesday.
No, that's okay. Jacqueline, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone with the judge, okay? She's right here. Okay. Okay, can you hear us?
All right, Miss Vera, have you already applied for the PTD and done the contract and everything?
I'll speak for her. Jacqueline, that's what we just talked about. So we submitted the contract last week.
All
So
right.
we're just waiting for her orientation.
All right, and do you have a date of orientation?
We don't, Judge. I can tell the court I only sent the agreement to PTD. I believe it was Thursday.
Okay,
So I could follow up with, is it Lucy Salinas or Beatrice, and then let the court know, as soon as I get a response via email.
all right, Miss Ferguson, can you give me a PTD date on Vera? All right, it'll be February 18th.
Okay,
And
yes,
your
ma'am.
client can appear by Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. I'll call you later.
Thank you so much.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Oh, it is. I think.
No, he needs to contact her directly, so he can't pass any messages directly to me.
Hello. Yes,
How do I know that she's on Zoom?
she's on Zoom right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I don't know who her attorney is, but if you'll speak to Miss Ferguson,
Her attorney?
yes.
Okay.
Joseph Mejia,
He's on the way, Your Honor.
Gabriel Diaz, Stephen Walbacher, Miguel Angel Aguilar,
Falling on mine, I hate the fall.
You only have like 3 days of fall.
Yeah. I'll put it right here. Okay. Oh. Can I get an interpreter for a lady who's coming out?
Yes.
Yeah, we're waiting for the interpreter.
Yeah, let's mark in the 187. Thank you. I don't believe it's your. All right, thank you.
Hello, they're gonna bring in interpreters.
Randy Clevin?
all right, up for trial, Michael Johnson.
Downstairs, Judge.
All right.
Defense is
You
ready,
need him
Judge.
up here, Judge?
Yes,
State would not be ready, Your Honor.
all right. And State, have you filed a motion?
We have not, Your Honor. We are waiting to see if one of our witnesses has appeared.
All right, any objections to them doing the oral motion?
I guess no objections to the oral motion. I would object to the motion.
All right,
Yes.
so they'll bring your client up and then I'll hear your motion and I'll make a ruling on their motion.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Oh, Will.
Yes, ma'am.
Lorraine,
Yes, ma'am.
you may want to talk to Will too. I know the felony drug court, they have a dual diagnosis. So you may want to talk to him, but they're not accepting new people until,
Yes, ma'am.
so you may want to talk to him about your client.
Sure. Yeah, what's going on with your personal?
Hello,
How are you?
how are you doing?
Oh, I just got back from Martha and Terlingwood.
Ah,
I don't-
I'm telling you, I don't think people realize how you need your downtime, just to get away, because this is like 24/7.
It was so, like, I had so much anxiety coming back because I was like, my email inbox is gonna be the thing that made us nightmares being gone for 5 days.
Mhm. All right, so on Shelby Jean Rodriguez?
Yes.
Where is she?
She's right there. She's
All right, come forward.
a little bit late.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, so why were you late?
There was a line downstairs, and then I stood outside because I wasn't sure if the door was open.
Okay, so you're gonna have to make sure that you're on time. You understand? Okay, and consider that there may be a line. Some days they're not long lines, and I don't know why. And I even tell people when I see them standing in the long line, I'm like, if you go next door, there's no
I
line.
know, we know.
And they're
the
afraid they're
tricks.
gonna get lost.
Yeah.
So there are other lines you can get in. If you just see the long line, you can go next door and take the tunnel and take you here.
Apologies.
Okay, so today is plea deadline date. Where are we?
So Judge, I just talked with the state. This was a little bit of a different, unique situation in the sense that Shelby's lead counsel on this case, one judge, she's a Harris County judge as
Yes,
of January
yeah.
1st. I think she withdrew.
Yes.
And so I was second chair on the case mostly because I represent Shelby in her divorce case.
Mhm.
She's exhausted funds tremendously through the course of this case. I don't know if you need a motion to that effect to be able to reappoint Adam LaHood as first chair. I did speak with Adam about it. He was willing to go back on as first chair because I know how heavy his caseload is. And I was gonna ask the court if you would reappoint Adam LaHood as her lead counsel, and the state has agreed to extend the plea, that they've given us a plea so that he could discuss it with Shelby and we could decide together if that's what the route we were gonna go.
And of course, I trust you as officer of the court, but is there any way you can call Adam? Have you had a chance to speak with Adam?
I spoke with him a month or two ago, but we've not talked since.
I spoke with him right before, like, I think it was like December 23rd. And he said that he would come back on the case, like if the court would allow him, if that was something.
All right, do you want to give him a call and see if that's still the case?
Sure, absolutely.
All right,
Okay.
and so if that's still the case that he wants to be on it, then I will have him placed back on it. But Ms. Owen, since you have been on this case for a while, maybe you can still remain as.
I plan on staying on the case with Adam. When I talked to him about it right before the break, he seemed excited for us to possibly work out a case or try a case together. So I will text him right now.
All right, so you can text him if that's still the case.
Okay,
And then state on this case, your plea on Shelby Rodriguez, your offer is still the same offer? They haven't changed their offer
no,
and you're aware of the offer?
yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
we spoke about it a little bit last time because they had talked about offer that they were gonna give, and now I see it's in the file.
All right, so you'll remain on the case. If Adam wants to be back on the case, I'll put him back on the case. Do you have any objections to that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'll reschedule this for 2 weeks
Okay,
for the plea deadline date.
okay,
And then it's gonna, next setting will be trial if you all can't reach an agreement. Do you understand?
Sure.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset for plea deadline.
and I will text Adam right now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
January 28th.
All right, on January 28th, you'll need to come in at 9 a.m. All right, and let me know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state or not. If you have not reached an agreement with the state, then your next setting will be for a jury trial. And Ms. Owen will remain as your as second chair counsel. And Ms. Ferguson, let me look to make sure. Can you pull the court's record? Because I see a motion for continuance has been filed. I'm not going to rule on the motion for continuance because this is really, it shouldn't be a motion for continuance per se, because it's you need a new attorney because your other attorney was elected. All right. So this is listed as a motion for continuance, but in the body of the motion, it's listed as a motion to withdraw. All righty.
It looks like this was filed whenever she had a case out of county and I was gonna be in trial on the civil side. And so I told her I couldn't come on
Okay.
that date. And so maybe she put them together. I don't know.
All right. All right. So, Norma, if Mr. LaHood agrees, then he'll be placed on as, first chair and Ms. Owens will still be on, but she'll be a second chair. Yes,
Adam.
Adam. All right, and you'll be back on January 28th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Are y'all ready on Michael Johnson?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. All right, Mr. Johnson, come down.
No, it's enough.
My goodwill can't put too big.
Okay.
Choosing someone else right now.
All right, Mr. Johnson, the state has filed a motion to dismiss. The reason for the dismissal is because they say there is a missing witness. What I can tell you is whatever brought you here, do not come back here again. You understand? If you have anger issues, you need to work on that. Anytime you're in a relationship and the arguing is too much, you need to leave. Anytime you're in a relationship and you think that you're going to become violent with somebody, that relationship should be done with. You understand? All right, good luck to you. And your attorney had you dressed very well for trial.
Pants are a little big, Judge.
Oh, that's okay. The top is great. All right, good luck. You're welcome.
Judge, you still on that record?
Does it show that it's been signed?
Which one? Motion for continuance or motion to withdraw?
Motion to withdraw.
It has not been signed yet, Judge.
All right, I need the motion to withdraw.
Okay, print it right now, Judge.
Thank you.
And Judge Adams had just verified that he, I said, I'm in court right now. Judge just asked me to verify. He said, sure.
Okay.
And he just gave me his bar number so he could get placed back on, which I'm sure Norma already has.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Genevieve Lopez. I'll make a check with them.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Sure.
That motion, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, just give me a moment.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Lorraine, did you get a chance to talk with Renee?
No.
Oh.
Oh. Renee who?
Well, yes. Yeah.
I will do that right now.
And Norma, who's the other person who's out here?
Oh, they're talking about it.
All right.
And,
Priscilla Para.
but they're still talking, it's Lorraine's.
Okay.
Or wait, not Lorraine. Oh, you were gonna talk to Renee about that as well, but.
Okay. All right. When he comes back, I'll. Morning.
So,
Wanna wait for Mr. Chambers?
yeah, let's wait for him.
Little bit on Lorraine now?
Yes, Damien,
Hello. All right. Who's here on Damien Huff?
Jay Moritz, Your Honor, and the state. Which side would you like me on?
Oh, it's this side. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yes.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Wanted to give you, Jay Moritz for Mr. Huff. Wanted to give you an update on the case. He was placed on probation. There was a motion to revoke probation just before the end of the year. They denied it and extended it, but an offense popped up that occurred prior to the motion to revoke probation. So there's a second evaluation that's set for the 20th, according to the 28th, sorry, Judge, 28th. To finish the evaluation they were trying to do on the motion to revoke probation about getting into a special program. The probation and the state, I'd like to ask for continuance so he can complete that evaluation. And then we look at the case after that. Plus, there's some additional things the state wants to look into regarding maybe some contact between my client and the alleged victim. So if we could have a continuance at least probably till the second week of February,
Right.
because
So let me ask you this. So does he have two cases pending or no?
he has one case pending, but if they can bring the MTR on the new case that wasn't on the MTR before, so they can bring a new MTR.
All right. So is the motion to revoke out of this court?
There is no motion to revoke yet. Unless she
So
just did it.
the new offense was never alleged on an MTR.
Okay.
So at the time that the last MTR was heard, it was just technical violations. And so the attorney asked if the state was going to file an MTR. So that's kind of where we started having the discussion. But when he was continued on the probation case, he's pending a DDRF referral. So that's what's pending. The Tacoma eval is January 28th.
All right. So he's on probation out of this court, correct?
Correct.
All right. Could I get his file for that, please?
I have a copy of the old MTR if you'd like to look at it.
Yes, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Got a bunch of my notes in there, so bear with me.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to pull up the case number. If you could,
The case
'cause
number?
I don't want to get to your note. Just one second. Let me go to Odyssey. Just one second. Let me go into Odyssey.
36.
All right, 2023.
3681.
The file's being ran right now, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, so is he currently on bond?
No,
Okay. All right, so you all are asking for how much time?
I'd say 45 days because the 28th, they do the evaluation. They usually take a little bit time to get. the
And what is he
evaluation.
being evaluated for?
So that's a DDRF evaluation. He was already evaluated for drug court. Due to the pending case, they weren't willing to take him. But now they're at capacity, so I don't know if they would still take him. But then there's also the DDRF eval. So it looks like it's the Tacoma portion of the eval. So January 28th, we should have, after that, should have a good idea of whether or not he meets criteria for DDRF.
So my question is, what is the plan, the end game, as they say in Marvel? What is the end game for this?
If he gets accepted, then they're considering working out a plea deal where they run the probation concurrent with the other on the new case.
All right, so my suggestion, that DDRF, usually you have to hit the sweet, what I call the sweet spot. You can't have a high mental health issue. They won't accept you. Your mental health issue can't be too low. You have to just hit it just right. And if you don't hit it just right, they're not going to accept you. And then we will have wasted all this time. So if that is your plan or what you're asking the court to consider, I would suggest that he be referred to felony drug court. They have openings, my understanding, at the beginning of February. We recall this for the second week in February. You let felony drug court know that this open case, y'all are anticipating, it will be taken care of if he's accepted into felony drug court, because felony drug court has their dual diagnosis placement as well. So that will handle any drug issues or mental health issues. That's my suggestion. And of course, we can still go forward with DDRF, but I'm going to recall this back for the second week in February.
Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, second week in February. All right, we'll be back February 11th. Do you have any questions?
Just hoping for the best.
Okay, all right. Well, we're trying to work on it, trying to do it as quickly as possible, okay?
I really appreciate it, boy.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Couldn't sign anything?
Guadalupe Delgado. Good morning.
Delgado?
Mr. Cox, you stood up. I was like, is his name Guadalupe Delgado? Yeah. All right. And then Cornelius, Jason said that he had no love for the fact, well, actually, he loved the fact that Texas lost. I'm like, you're in the SEC now. Y'all got to put that aside. We're cousins. Everybody gets invited to the barbecue. He's not doing it. So
I'll talk to him.
all right, if you could talk to him. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 010699, State versus Guadalupe Romero Delgado. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Albert Chidas for Mr. Delgado.
And are you Mr. Delgado?
See?
Yes. All right, we have an interpreter. Hi. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Carmen Tarragona Sachs.
All right. And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you speak it fluently?
Yes,
And have you been able to communicate with your client in Spanish?
I have.
And have you explained all these documents to him in Spanish?
I have.
Mr. Delgado, all of the documents that I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes,
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, and I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
They're not, Your Honor.
Mr. Delgado, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Delgado, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
yes,
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent.
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
yes,
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record for a moment. The plea bargain page isn't filled out completely. Mr. Delgado, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
no,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
no,
Counsel, did you confer with your client and explain to him the impact a guilty verdict or a plea in this case will have on his immigration status?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I also had Matt come in, just to also consult, but yes, we did. And he's aware of the consequences.
All right, Mr. Delgado, did you have a chance to confer with an immigration attorney about the impact a plea in this case would have on your immigration status?
yes,
Did you understand that a plea in this case could result in your being deported?
yes,
That you could be denied re-entry into the United States,
yes,
and that you could be denied naturalization?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, yes,
According to the plea, you're to be sentenced to 1 day in the Bear County Jail under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
yes,
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No me opongo.
No contest.
State any evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent.
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what is happening with the DWI?
That has already been resolved. I don't even think that.
And Mr. Delgado, are you here legally?
It has been resolved.
No. Legal, I'm sorry.
Legally.
No,
No.
he's not. The DWI has been resolved and he's not here legally.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so I'm assuming this 1 day in jail is the judgment satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why am I giving him 1 day in jail, a judgment satisfied?
Because that's the deal.
All right, do y'all want to confer on the amount of time? Because I don't think 1 day is sufficient. I will still do a 1244 for him.
I don't believe that we believe that 1 day is appropriate.
I don't believe 1 day is appropriate.
That's fair.
Okay. And we can go off the record. All right, thank you. Number, what page is Huff on? All right, thank you. Genevieve Lopez.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, Ms. Lopez, if you'll show your video.
Yes.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this?
It's,
Sorry.
well, I was just.
Judge, on Genevieve Lopez, that's the one with, I think, Mr. Stenberg.
Yes.
And did you need him present or will?
No, we don't necessarily need him. I mean, he's an officer of the court. He's saying that he had her at his office. My concern is the allegations in here of her being around the children
Yeah.
and drinking. So that's the issue.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, Tommy Lopez. Yes. Come forward, Mr. Lopez. All right. Have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, we have, Your Honor, and those offer on the table, my client rejected offer, Your Honor, we're ready for trial. Your Honor.
State, did you tender an offer?
I did, Your Honor.
And when did you tender that?
Today.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for Tuesday next week. That'll be your plea deadline date. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the offer. Otherwise, you're going to be scheduled for jury trial. You understand? Do you have any questions? All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, we'll see you back on January 21st.
I thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Sir, can you have a seat?
Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, are you ready?
Yes,
Yes.
I think so. We got Joe Stenberg here too.
All right, so on Genevieve Lopez,
Yes. sir.
I think, have you had a chance to see videos? I haven't seen any videos.
We have not, Your Honor. Understanding is that probation is attempting to get them for us.
No, Judge, and just so that way I can understand my role, just to refresh the court's memory, if the court's not sure. She was found guilty of a misdemeanor at trial. She
Yes.
appealed, her appeal was denied, and I was appointed to do her sentencing.
Yes.
You put her on probation, and now we're back. I'm assuming my role now is on a compliance hearing.
Yes.
Okay, so it's news to me what is or is not complying with.
All right, so Mr. Stenberg is an officer of the court, so he is saying that he had her at his office. There's supposed to be a no contact order, but he had her at his office for deposition. So that's not my issue.
Right.
The issue in this case is regarding the complainant stating that she's been drinking around the children. And when you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. So supposedly there's some video. I haven't seen any video. I don't look at any evidence per se, unless it's been presented to me legally. So the only thing I look at is when they issue me this supplemental report and they want me to make a ruling. So the reason why I set it for a compliance hearing is because I haven't seen anything. All I know is what it's saying in the supplemental report. So with regards to her being in Attorney Sternberg's office with the complainant for depositions, that's really not the court's issue. Mr. Sternberg, if you're saying she was in your office for depositions, then she was in your office for depositions. Does anybody need to question him?
No, Your Honor, I agree with the court that the larger issue is the second part of the.
Okay. So the issue with depositions, that's not an issue for the court. And in civil cases, depositions must take place. So I'm going to allow the contact with the complainant in legal settings. So if they have depositions, they have to do. Both parties are usually present at the deposition. Sometimes it's just one party and the other attorney. But in this case, if the attorneys want both parties there doing depositions because they're parties to the suit, then I'm not going to file or sign a motion to revoke based upon legal contact. If they're in a courtroom together, I'm not filing a motion to revoke based on that. But my concern is where they're saying there are some videos, and I know it says, please see attached videos, but no attached videos came to the court, and I have not viewed attached videos. So how much time do y'all need? I know she's trying to pull up videos. If the videos do show drinking, which she's not allowed to drink around children or at all while she's on probation, we'll need to address that issue. So how much time do y'all need?
Your Honor, I would, my recommendation to the court would be a week or 2 weeks, just so that we could, it seems like we'll get the videos either today or very shortly, but both sides would need time to review the videos.
I'm fine with that.
2 weeks?
Sure. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And is your client going to be able to appear in person?
I don't know. I have not. I don't know if it's my client now or Joe's, actually.
It's your client.
Okay. She's on Zoom now. I've not had contact with her since her sentencing.
Okay.
But if you'll pull her up on Zoom, I'll ask her to be
She's
here.
on Zoom.
I'll ask her to be here on in person next time. I don't know if she could hear us or.
She'll
not.
lose her job. She works for,
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if she'll lose her job or not because I don't know what her schedule is. Maybe it'll be on a schedule that she's not at work. I don't know.
They should, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what date, Ms. Ferguson?
I'm muted.
All right. We're going to recall it for January 28th. If there's an issue with her job, let me know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay, there is. I can show you an email she sent. Is.
Okay. So the person you need to show it to is her attorney for this case.
And
Thank you.
Judge, just so you know, I do have the videos the officer sent them to me, so I'll distribute them.
All right.
And is the client able to hear what we discussed? Does she, I want to make sure she has notice of the date.
And I'm sorry, Ms. Ferguson, you said January 28th? All right, Ms. Lopez, your court date is going to be January 28th. If there's an issue with your employment, you'll need to let your attorney know. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, she says she understands.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see
All right,
that.
thank you. And counsel, you have her number?
I don't. I'll take it if you give it to me.
Joe, give it to you.
All right, thank you.
Judge,
Yes,
on, by the look of the gallery, we have a possible solution.
okay. All right, you want to have him come up?
Yes.
Yes.
He wants to, I sent a couple of his files there, he's talking about it, well, he's not ready, he's in the real.
All right. Yes,
The state is tendering the dismissal.
okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that dismissal?
Yes.
Okay.
Want to sit down here? They don't talk to big ones.
Number what page is Dale got on?
Oh, page 2.
Thank you. Oh, you'll just have to send him then. Who's his attorney?
Well, Ron's trying to work something out.
Okay, all righty. All right, Thomas Hilly,
Afternoon, good morning, Your Honor. I have
you
Mr.
need to be here
Diaz.
tomorrow. Who is Gabriel Diaz? Come forward. Hello, state on Gabriel Diaz, were you able to tender an offer? It's evading. Thomas Hilly is the attorney.
We haven't talked to Hillary.
All right. Mr. Hilly, you need
Yes,
to be
Your
here
Honor.
tomorrow,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thursday?
Hey.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Hilly, the coordinator is telling me Thursday. You need to be here Thursday at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you need to be here Thursday at 9 a.m. and you need to be on time, okay?
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right.
I was detained all night because I was a witness to like a.
Oh, you probably don't want to mention that you were a witness or anything, but we'll see you back on Thursday, okay? Just sign the reset form, then you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a seat for now.
I'll be sitting. Thank you. Where's your video?
All right. And Mr. Mauer, just give me 1
Yes,
second.
ma'am. No worries.
Wasn't that him? Oh, you had.
Yeah, you know. I don't have my breath.
Jonathan Dreamer?
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
All right, who's your client?
Willie Cunningham.
All right. 2 seconds.
I don't mind. No, go.
All right, Willie Cunningham?
Sir, can you have a seat, would you?
Sorry, Judge, thank you.
No. Yes, I do.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Cunningham, you always dress appropriately for court. I really appreciate that. Your attorney, I just overheard him tell someone he's in a jury trial, so we can't do your case today. All right. Can't be in two places at the same time. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a new jury trial date. So what are you trying?
Sexual assault.
March 11th for the spring break.
Oh, well, he has
Please.
obligations. I mean, I don't want to interfere with the father-son time.
Or a jury full of parents that are not happy about.
Yeah. All right, April 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Very
once
good.
you sign that, you're excused.
Okay, thank you.
You can have this, I don't need to go.
Thank you very much. Okay.
I found a way.
Thank you.
All right, and then Dreamer.
Yes, we're ready, Judge.
Got, let me pull you up in Odyssey. All right, and what page is Cunningham on?
He's on page 4, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Dreamer, what's going on with Dreamer? State, are you prepared to tender an offer?
Your Honor, not at this time. I think we are still missing some records that defense had wanted to look into.
That's correct, Judge, and there's been a new development in some at-large cases that I think are going to be indicted soon. They're related specifically to this case.
And I'll be following up with them today, Your Honor.
All right, and what are those alleged offenses?
One is a sexual assault and one is an invasive visual recording.
All right, so then what I'll do is I'll reset this for 60 days.
Thank you.
Because that'll give you all time to review evidence
Yes,
and
ma'am.
defense. All right, Norma, I need a 60-day reset and we'll just do it as a discovery because there may be new cases.
And Mr. Maury, you said you filed your motion for the investigator.
Well, my office hadn't filed it. They're filing it now, and I'll approach later on in the week to appoint an investigator
All right.
on this case.
And the sexual assault, this is not going to be any type of CPS records?
No, not that I think.
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right, a 60-day reset for discovery then.
This March 17th.
March 17th?
I'm here already anyway on my other one.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, sir?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you back on March 17th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Mr. Brown? Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
What page is he on?
Page 4, Judge. Another 3.
All right, thank you. All right, and are we ready on Priscilla Para?
Yes, Judge.
Matter of
fact, there's from the probation department.
Okay.
And Ms. Farah.
All right, so do we have any options open to us?
That's a good question, Your Honor. At this time, I believe there's some things that she needs to be evaluated for. I don't wholly believe her to be incompetent at this time or maybe in the gray area, but I know that there were certain instances occurring at DDRF that caused people concern, which they transferred her back here. I was gonna request leave for the court to file either a defense motion for psychological examination or a motion for a competence, Judge. I think I need to get my social worker with my office to meet with her as well to see where we might go, but I think we might need some advanced expertise.
Okay, and what date would you want this recalled for?
I believe 3 weeks, Your Honor, would be sufficient.
All right, Ms. Ferguson Ampara, can I have a 3-week reset? Yes. And make sure that Mr. Munoz is able to receive all discovery. All right.
February 4th.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're
Thank
going to bring you back on February 4th. This is your attorney, Mr. Munoz, and he's going to see if there's a great placement for you. So we can make sure that everything is taken care of, that you're safe, that you're able to successfully complete your probation.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just want to make sure.
A little while back, as soon as he comes out. If I can get that first one, spring it up.
Oh, and Renee, did you have a chance to talk with Elaine? I'm sorry, Lorraine.
Yes, Judge, we did speak.
Okay.
Yes, so she brought me up to speed on one of the matters. She was talking a couple of matters, but she's gonna let me know how more or less the plan was proceeding. And if he wants to go a certain route with resources, we'll be available.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pedro Juan Rodriguez.
I'm on him, Judge.
Yes,
He's present.
come down, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, on this case, where are we on discovery?
The state has provided discovery, Judge.
All right, and is there any CPS records?
That I'm waiting on the state to check on. I believe there are.
I believe, yes, Your Honor. At this point, I'm honestly not sure. I'd have to check. But I believe this is the first sitting, so we will request those.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you all a 45-day reset based on the nature of the case, and I know there's some probably CPS records out there, but when you all come back on this next date, you need to be prepared with the CPS records. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset on Rodriguez for discovery.
That's February 27th. That's 34 days.
All right, February 27th, and that'll be your discovery date. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you.
Well, Judge, he does also have an additional case, which is an MTR. So I'm asking to hold off on that.
All right, could I have the motion, the MTR, Ms. Ferguson, on this case? What is the cause number?
It is
I have it, Judge. Let me-
2022 CR 5005. That's, you can look at this, Judge, if you want,
All right.
with probation gave.
Oh, Norma, you don't have to grab it. I'll look at this.
It's a misdemeanor charge, Judge, that he got deferred on. And the allegations are a lot of invalid samples. And this new case, of course, predates that, so that's not a violation of his probation.
All right. Well, with regards to the motion to revoke, then we're going to handle it on this, the February 27th. So, state and probation, it may be a contested on Pedro Rodriguez, and it's going to be on February 27th. All right, any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
I'll stay in touch with the state to get those CPS.
All right. 27th.
So you want to stand?
So have a great day.
All right, you too. Bianca, this is your court summary, I believe.
Judge?
Thank you. All right, who is here on Bibi Moran Mendez? All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 0111569 State versus Bibi Moran Mendez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jerry Kagan on behalf of defendant.
And are you Miss Mendez?
Yes.
And we have an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Carmen Tarragona Sáez.
All right, counsel, were you able to communicate with your client in Spanish?
Through the interpreter, yes, Judge.
Miss Bibi, all of the documents that I'm going to review today are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Bibi, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We'll waive it.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Mendez, did you review the court admonishments and admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand that in count 1 and count 2, you're charged with the offense of assault of a peace officer as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent.
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
No contest.
No, my question is, did you intend to give up those rights that you have? The right to a jury trial, the right to remain silent, the right to cross-examine witnesses. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
All right, off the record. So the plea bargain page, you all didn't add the counts in there? That you're proceeding on both counts? It's not in the plea bargain agreement. And if you all are intending those counts to run concurrently, put that in there. Ms. Mendez, did you understand? If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes to both.
Ms. Mendez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Counsel, were you able to confer with your client in regards to the immigration consequences of entering into a plea in this case?
I have, Judge, and she's informed me she has an immigration attorney.
Ms. Mendez, were you able to confer with your immigration attorney about this plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Were you able to confer with your immigration attorney about the impact this plea will have on your status?
Yes.
Do you understand that you could be deported from the United States
Yes.
and that you could be denied naturalization and that you could be denied re-entry?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on counts 1 and 2. The counts are to run concurrently. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
Ms. Mendez, do you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
To count 2, how do you plead?
No contest.
State any evidence.
And Your Honor, I reviewed those documents through the interpreter with my client. We have no objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. So the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty in each count. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. I have a question. In the police reports, her first name is spelled B-I-B-I, but on these documents, it's spelled B-I-B-Y. What is the correct spelling?
That's a question I couldn't answer, Judge. I assumed it was B-I-B-I.
All right. How do you spell your first name?
B-I-B-I.
All right. So then it's incorrect spelling in the indictment as well as all of the legal documents. Do you stipulate that you are the same person that's listed in the indictment with the first spelling of your name as B-I-B-Y?
Yes.
All right. And are you here legally in the United States?
No, estaba en proceso de asilo.
No, I'm in the process of asylum.
All right. Do you have any children? And what are their ages?
12,
10,
y 6.
and 6.
And the person that you were hitting in the police reports, are you still with that person or no?
No.
Okay, and what is that person's name?
José.
Jose,
Amarriba. José Amarriba.
Jose Amarriba.
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 How do you spell that?
¿Cómo escribo eso?
Amarriba. A-N-A-R-I.
A-N-A-R-I.
A-N-A-R-I?
Anari.
Ba.
Ba. B-A. Bea.
Sí, me-
B-A.
Okay, I was like, that sounds like more syllables that I'm receiving. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Count 1 and count 2 will run concurrently. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. You're only allowed to be in the United States legally. Do you understand? So
Yes.
if things don't work out, or if they deny your asylum, then as a condition of your probation, you're not allowed to be here. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, 4 years deferred adjudication, 200 hours community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting. Once she completes the parenting classes, 100 of the hours will be deemed satisfied. The other 100 hours will be deemed satisfied with the requirement of anger management completion. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else?
a no contact order with that individual?
Yes, thank you. No contact with Jose and Ariba. All right, I did okay. All right, is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because I waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. When you're in a relationship, I know people's hearts get involved. But if you ever get to the point where you think someone is cheating on you, you can't get violent with them. You have two choices. You confront them. They'll either tell you the truth or not. Either you're going to accept it and move on, or you're not. But you don't put your hands on them, because then now you have a criminal case. All right.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, and usually they're not worth it. If they don't appreciate you to realize that you're the best, then send them on their way. All right, good luck to you.
Thank
You're welcome. Donata. That's all I know. Yes, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
All right, who's here on Wallbacher? Stephen Wallbacher? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0889, State of Texas versus Stephen Wayne Wallbacher. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Ron Ross for defense.
And are you Mr. Wallbacher?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Stephen Wayne Wallbacher who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 0889 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams on August 10th, 2023 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
We are proceeding on violation of condition number 15 on or about the 25th day of October 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Stephen Wayne Wallbacher, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility Continuum of Care Treatment Plans, in that the defendant failed to appear to outpatient and was automatically terminated in violation of condition number 15F.
All right, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State,
Even abandon the remainders, Your Honor.
any objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 15F, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 15F? Court will find 15F true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor, to the state.
Yeah, oh, no. State, what are you requesting?
We are requesting that the defendant be placed in state ISF. So that you alter and amend his conditions, deny our motion and alter and amend his conditions to reflect such.
All right, so I don't know if he has injuries or medical conditions. The only place that may take him is safety. All right, and then defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, he went to safety, August through April, I think, and he went to halfway house for a couple of months. He had a lot of mental issues thereafter. That's why he didn't report. It's not an excuse, but that's why. Last week, he got a job finally, working at Washtub. I'm not sure the manager or what position it was. Last week, he contacted me on Tuesday and said, I can't get out of bed. I'm really hurting really bad. I've got fever. I thought, well, maybe you got flu. You need to go to the doctor. He did. I came to court Judge Angelini, I told him what was going on. I said, I'll get you verification in the afternoon. And Angelini put a warrant out for his arrest anyway. Anyway, he goes to the doctor, he finds out he's got a hernia. And he's been telling me it's been hurting very, very bad. And he's here today telling me it's hurting very, very bad too. He's trying to get a surgery scheduled. So what I'm asking, they want to go to ISP, I guess, with cognitive. The cognitive, I think, decision making is a problem. He's got a problem with mental health decision making. And what I'm asking the court to do is, this is his first time. I'm asking the court to, I think he can get some cognitive, what is it? The probation, what's the, there's some outpatient program for cognitive help. I'm asking the court, put him on that, continue him on probation, let him get his surgery. The court needs to put a zero tolerance, any more screw ups. He's gone.
So why didn't he report? That's my question.
Just his mental health. Tell the judge.
You want to raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth or nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Stephen Wayne Walbacher.
All right, so why didn't you report?
Didn't have transportation. I'm not making excuses. I didn't have a job. I was depressed. I mean, I finally got a good job and I did go to some classes, but I show up late and they wouldn't take me in, and I put work first, and I already talked to my supervisors and they understand that probation is comes before work, and they send letters and everything, understanding that probation will overtake everything.
All right, so I'm going to give you a choice today. Sometimes I can give people choices, sometimes I can't. Either way, you're going to go into custody. So you can go into custody. I'll refer him to felony drug court. Felony drug court will handle the mental health issues if there are some, or the cognitive issue, the thought processes, and also the drug issues, because that's the reason why he was at safety for drug issues.
Right.
And then sometimes people who have drug issues, they have injuries, they get on medications. They don't tell their doctor that I'm in a drug program and I need a non-narcotic pain medication. They just go for what they're giving them because there are drug issues involved. So he can either go into custody today, be referred to felony drug court. Felony drug court will have openings at the beginning of February. If they can't accept him, then we can do ISF cognitive. Or if you would like, I will sentence you to 2 years in the prison.
Question, he needs surgery. How do we get that accomplished?
That will be, if he's accepted into felony drug court to do that, will do that, or either they will do that at the prison.
He's in felony drug court. They would do that where? Here?
No, felony drug court, they will put him on conditions of probation with him if they accept him. And they may start with outpatient with him, and then he'll be able to do, whatever surgery he needs that way. Otherwise, they won't let him do surgery through the jail or the prison.
But he'll need to be in custody for a couple or 3 weeks until they get a place for him.
Yes.
Let me talk to him about that.
Okay.
Huh?
Mayor,
Do you understand?
I understand what's happening. I understand.
You want to go to felony drug court? You'll be in custody for a couple or 3 weeks until they find a place. Then they'll give you conditions and you'll be released, and you get your surgery and you keep your job and you can keep going.
That's what I want to do, is keep my job. Yes, sir.
You
All
will do
right.
that?
I want to
So-
keep my job. Yes.
The court is finding 15F true. The court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include the following in custody. A felony drug court referral, and if not accepted, then ISF cognitive. And once released, there'll be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. All right, you need to make sure that you show up. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Hello. Yes.
I know if you're busy, it'll take 2 seconds, just clarification.
So I was hired by an individual that has an assault case. It's a pre-file. He subsequently had another case, I guess prior to, that was an interviewing with child custody. And when he picked up the new case, you altered him into his bond conditions for partial house arrest. There was an agreed motion between, I guess, the state and the defense that he had at that time. But he has farm animals and wanted to see if.
I'm sorry, just 1 second. I've been waiting for this phone call from the senator. Just a second. I'm sorry.
The information that had previously been filed. And it's, the only reason I ask is, I don't mind setting it for a hearing. But it's not to necessarily remove the ankle monitor at this time, even though.
So what do you want? What do you need?
He would like to leave his house to feed his farm animals and go to the grocery store if possible. If you need to have a hearing for that, we can certainly do that. I don't feel like it's unreasonable.
All right, so the feeding of the farm animals. Are you aware of this? Thomas Lozano, he wants to be able to feed the farm animals.
I know they had a trial that they were.
Yeah, Your Honor, we haven't seen the motion or anything, so we just haven't had a chance to look at it. I was asking the defense attorney to maybe come back in a day or so that we have a moment.
All right, will the farm animals die in that time?
I just want to make
He
sure.
hasn't-
Don't they need to eat every day?
I didn't know what the motion consisted
Oh,
of. If it's something,
He says
urgent,
farm animals.
look at it.
Yeah.
I don't want.
So if you want to talk to them, so we can leave the grocery store off the table. Since the most important thing is feeding the
Definitely.
farm animals.
Sure.
So if you want to talk to them about the feeding of the farm animals, because I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think they need to eat maybe every day or at least every other day.
I would.
And the main thing for me is if I come back on Thursday, can my client's appearance be waived or does he need to be present before
By
that?
Zoom.
It's by Zoom?
You can come by Zoom.
Okay. Give me objection. And I don't have
Oh.
the actual motion. This was the original motion. I know, I didn't want to vote.
It's urgent. I can look at it.
Joseph Mejia. Who's on Joseph Mejia?
It's Mr. Steinberg, Judge.
Deputy Lord, farm animals, they do have to eat every day, don't they? Can we go a day without eating? I don't think so. I know I can't. I'll do it if it's a zombie apocalypse, but. All right, so we're here today for a jury trial.
Yeah.
Okay.
The state is not ready and we would actually, tendering the dismissal of this case.
Okay. All right, so they're dismissing this case.
We have no objection.
They say that it is because a witness is missing. So I appreciate you. Oh, everybody's just, it's a party, but no appetizers. All right. So what you need to realize is that whatever reason brought you here today. The state is dismissing this because they say they don't have their witness, right? So if you have an anger issue, you need to take care of that. If you're ever in a relationship and it gets to the point where you want to put your hands on someone in any other way but in a loving way, then it's time to leave. And maybe that's not a good relationship for you. And maybe you have anger issues that need to be solved. You understand? Because what you're charged with, the range of punishment on this is 2 to 10 years in prison. You understand? All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. And I'll sign the dismissal.
Thank you.
Okay, but for the record, I take back some of the things I said about the judge Martin.
He always says. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know what I tell you?
Norma, what page is Mejia on?
The first page.
Thank you. Alexander Rodriguez. Good morning. Your file was actually connected to somebody else's. That's why I didn't see it.
Oh, it hasn't been that long. You're good.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, good. I can't complain.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy New Year.
Okay.
You know, you would, back in the day when you would write checks, you would always mess up so many checks because you would forget to put
The
the new
old
year.
year. Yep.
All right. So on this case, the last time we were here, there was for discovery, further investigation needed, plea deadline date. So have you all worked out an agreement or no?
No, Judge, we do not have an
All
agreement.
right. Do y'all need a jury trial?
We do.
How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
A week.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial setting, family violence 1 week.
Can I step away to get my calendar?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, she's gonna grab her calendar. Let's see where we are.
April 8th.
Is that what you said, Norma?
Yes.
The 8th? Okay. We actually have a civil jury trial that week, but criminal trumps civil.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we'll put it on April 8th, and if you could sign a acknowledgement of discovery before you leave.
Believe it's already been signed.
All right, because I don't have it. They went
Okay.
100% paperless. So if
Okay.
you'll make sure that the clerks have it.
Yes, Judge.
And they're gonna bring you over dressed for trial in whatever civilian clothing you have. So
It will be
it will
different,
be
Judge.
different, yes.
We are aware.
Counsel, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to help expedite it.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you have any
Appreciate it.
questions? All right, we'll see you then. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, can you check with the IRS? If the discovery is fine, thank you.
Yes, that's okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Javier Herrera. Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right, we'll be back with Mr. Curtis on the 22nd, I think. I hope all discovery, check with Norma on that day. I know it's a Friday.
Is it a Wednesday?
Is it Wednesday?
We said Wednesday.
Okay.
Daryl had said something about having a problem on that day. Did he talk to anybody? I'll reach out to him.
All right, if you all can make
I
sure
will- yeah, I will.
with Ms. Ferguson.
100%.
Hi, are you here for me? Come on up. Thank you so much. He has no idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So- All right, so on Javier Herrera, today is the day for discovery. Where are we?
as far as I know, we have all the discovery. I've conferred with the state. I've gone over what I have versus what they have, and I think I have everything. As far as I know, I have everything.
All right, and there's no CPS records that are needed or anything. All right, were you able to tender an offer?
Yes.
All right, so, sir, how old are you?
41 minutes.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset this because I know there are some collateral issues with these type of charges. I'm gonna reset it for 3 weeks, or
Okay.
either I can set it the same day as Curtis.
That's fine.
Do we know what day Curtis is though? And that will be your plea deadline date.
On the 22nd.
I have next Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, you want to put it down for
That's
the
fine, of
22nd?
course.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, we'll have him here for the 22nd.
Okay.
And on that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any questions? All right, thank you. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Discovery was filed in December.
All right, thank you. And Norma, what page is Herrera on?
Page 3.
Thank you.
You know, CPS.
Lisa Pryor?
Considering that the offer, yeah.
Hello. All right, so on this case, let me see what I have here.
Yes, Your Honor. And, this is the one with yes, y'all recommendation for the year. It's essentially been,
Hasn't looked at it yet.
Okay, so what happened with because I had ordered the felony drug court, I know they're full.
yes, Your Honor.
They won't have room until the beginning of February.
Yes, Judge.
If you all want, we can wait on that. I don't know if the MIC evaluation has been completed.
It has, Your Honor, that's correct. The recommendation from community supervision is DDRF, Judge.
Okay.
Ms. Zapata notified me that it's about a 2 to 8 week wait on average. Last time we were in court, I did seek some alternatives to
Mhm.
possible extended DDRF stay, Judge.
Mhm.
She suffers from substance use disorder and she was interviewed by PICU. And she met criteria for paid for it at Haven for Hope, Judge. I know I spoke with Bashan about it last time, and she had a concern of whether people with mental health issues can in fact participate at paid for it.
Mhm.
And I followed up and they stated that they could accommodate her, Judge. Our concern is that she has housing issues too. So we feel that the paid forward program at Haven for Hope can address her substance use, get her coordinated with Haven, and possibly move up within Haven to get stable housing, Judge. We don't, and I know the court's concern is they don't want her released to the community where she doesn't have the resources, reoffend and MTRs triggered. Ms. Pryor has been in custody, waiting us to meet here in court, Judge, and we were just asking respectfully if she could be considered for paid forward. I did get confirmation yesterday that she does meet criteria, and I did forward that to the court as well as representative from the prosecutor's office.
All right, are you currently on your medications?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have a phone or the ability to call someone
I
once
have
you're
it.
released?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is what probation
Yes.
with her, this is what I'll require. We're gonna see if pay it forward at Haven is gonna work. So I'm gonna require that she call into probation upon release. You're gonna call into probation once every 2 weeks. Because the concern I have, what I usually find at Haven for Hope, when persons have a combination of that plus mental health, they end up falling off the radar and probation can't get in touch with them. So you're gonna have to call them once every 2 weeks to say, here I am, right? And that's gonna be in addition to her reporting. If you all want to, her calling to you once every 2 weeks as her reporting, the court is fine with that. Just as long as you all make sure she is still in the Pay It Forward program at Haven for Hope.
We don't do the phone recording anymore, but what I'll just notate is if possible, we can always facilitate like a Zoom meeting or something to that effect. And I think Pay It Forward has been pretty amenable to making accommodations for that.
Okay. Is there anything else you need?
No, ma'am, none of this time. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. So your attorney will tell you in this court, people are placed on probation. I'm hoping they're going to be successful. If I didn't think you could be successful, I wouldn't have gone through with your agreement. So communication for you is going to be very important. Communication with your doctors, with your probation officers. If something happens and you feel you can't get in touch with probation, you can always come back in here. You can always call your attorney and we'll see what's going on.
I have one question.
Sure.
After this is completed, during this process, I've lost my home. So
Mhm.
Pay Forward's gonna be helping with that situation.
Yes.
But if, after I complete this program, and things like that, to transfer my probation to another county because I've lost my home, would that be something I need to come
Yes.
back to you two or
Yes.
to?
What will end up
probation?
happening is once you're stabilized in the community, probation will send me a request for you to transfer to another county. But I don't just send people to other counties unless they have stable housing and everything else.
Right, I understand that.
Yes.
And Judge, Ms. Pryor was awaiting a final Tacoma evaluation in custody on January 28th. Would you like us to continue with that on bond? And-
Yes.
Okay. That way we can cancel it and then I'll just have them set up a new appointment for her.
All right, so you'll probably be released at midnight. That's what they do. Why? I don't know. I have no control over that, but
Your Honor, with regard to that, PICU did notify me that if the court did allow her to do paid forward, to get with them to coordinate a release plan, Judge. So I can go ahead and notify them that Your Honor graciously allowed her to do the program to better her life and then ask that maybe not a midnight release, but something more during daytime hours, because I
Yes.
know that they're gonna need to transfer her directly from custody to that paid forward and follow all the rules and regulations there.
yes.
Sure, I'll go ahead.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe excuse.
You're welcome.
Second one, signature.
Yes,
And vote you again.
all right.
So the state has no objection
Yes.
to feeding farm animals. Do you need me to file something formal or can we write it maybe on?
You'll have to write that in and write the hours in and both of you will have to sign off on it.
Okay, but, okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. So what I will do is I'll find that out, I'll file it and I'll have it e-filed with you guys.
Sure, or either if you will email it to them because
That'll be
when it is
faster.
e-filed, sometimes it gets lost
I
in
know
the
that.
atmosphere.
So I'll email it to the court. The
All right.
clerks, should I just check out the clerk?
Yes, or either Ms. Ferguson and she'll make sure I receive it. But include the probation officer in the email.
I will do that.
Jose Amador. Where's the attorney for Jose Amador? Okay. Oh. See, my glasses are for distance.
Mine too.
And you know, I got fitted for contacts. I've always worn contacts in the past. And so the guy was telling me, because I said, well, it's a problem because when I want to read something, I'd have to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, oh, no, he said, in your dominant eye, you wear a contact, and in your non-dominant eye, don't wear a contact lens.
But my dominant eye is the word with my
Yeah.
teeth.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 3037 and 2024 CR 3038, State of Texas versus Jose Amador. Can I have parties announce?
Steve Galloway for the state.
Orlando Castañon for defense.
And are you Mr. Amador?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
And each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And each cause number, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, and the cause number ending in 37, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? That is the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and a failure to stop and render aid.
So on that one, Your Honor, we have to proceed on counsel 1 through 4, and we will waive the abandonment for waivers.
We have no objections.
Okay. And in the cause number ending in 38, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
In both cause numbers, did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand them and sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And the cause number in 38, you're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and a possible fine up to $10,000. If the court grants your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 37, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. The range of punishment for those charges is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If I were to grant your application for deferred adjudication under that cause number, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, and each of those counts, the court could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have plea agreement with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering into these pleas, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into plea bargain agreements in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Judge.
I left the deadly weapon check on that.
No. Yes, that's one of the issues. And then this one has 1 through 4 and there's
I
only.
did note that it was on the evading. It should just be.
Okay.
There's only one count.
Mr. Amador, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, in 37, the state is proceeding on counts 1 through 4. In each cause number, your punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 4 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 37, there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon in counts 1 through 4. The state is silent on your application for deferred adjudication. The cases will run concurrently. The state will take in consideration 2024 CR 2939 and 2024 CR 3039. Did you understand that to be your plea bargain agreement in each cause number?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
It is, Judge.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph in each cause number with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then in the cause number 2024 CR 3038, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
And cause number 2024 CR 3037, how do you plead to count 1,
No contest.
count 2,
No contest.
count 3,
No contest.
count 4?
No contest.
Oh, and also in the cause number ending 37, I'm assuming that you are asking that these counts run concurrently?
Correct.
All right, any objections
No
to
objection,
me
Judge.
including that in the plea bargain agreement?
Yeah, Your Honor.
None from the defense.
All right, state any evidence to support the defendants, please?
The state offers states exhibit number 1 and attachments in each cause.
No objection, Judge.
All right, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations in each of these cause numbers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. And Deputy Laura, are the jurors outside? All right, can you tell them to come back at 1:45? Okay.
Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily say that inscribing it, just that on the third to the last paragraph, there's statements in regards to
All right,
the
let's just see it.
talking that they were injured.
I'm printing an additional one out that further describes Stephanie's Hampton, but what were the others that I know?
Well, see, I see Mata is in here. Stanton is in here. I don't have Jaden Villarreal. I'm looking for that person and Gomez.
Oh, this is on Valdez's report. That is why. Oh, I thought he said that they were injured. So, injured. Yep. Judge, you're looking in regards to Virial, correct?
Yes, Villarreal and Gomez.
Go, man.
That's, what was the first name on Gomez?
I think it's Leonardo or Leonard.
We'll just go ahead and amend her. Just go on to.
Okay. So you all are proceeding on counts. I'll tell you which ones I found. Counts 1 and counts 2, those are what you're proceeding on?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
We have no
any
objections to that,
objections?
Judge.
All right. Then in each cause number, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. With regards to sentencing, if you all would like, I can do a PSI. The PSI will probably be about 8 weeks. Or if you all just want me to proceed on his criminal history and any other witnesses anyone wishes to call, I can reset it off for an earlier date. So
I have no objections to that because, you know, his criminal history is minimal, so.
okay. All right. So when do you all want to call it back?
There, I can come back 2 weeks from now.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall Amador 2 weeks for sentencing?
Yes, sir.
I can do 28th or 30th.
Make sure you see what that's. Yeah, I know you will. Thank you.
What is
All right, thank you so much.
Available.
All right. All right, we'll be back on January 30th. On January 30th, I'll make a decision on your application based upon any evidence that's presented.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Lorraine, do you want to take Mr. Jaiki? Because, yep, let's do that so that the jail can do their thing. Because Mr. Dyke, I want to make sure that you get your lunch. Could I see the file on Dyke, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, also the two other files for Amador. Want those right now as well?
No, we can keep them because they'll do it at sentencing.
Ma'am.
Okay. And here is this.
Do the paperwork for Mendez?
Yes.
Judge.
All right, this is going to be the last case and we're going to take our break and then we'll come back in the afternoon with the jury.
Can you help us finish these?
All right, who's ready?
We're working on paperwork for Louis.
Okay,
Over this close.
all right. Do you need to speak with him?
Yeah, maybe I should. I'm in that fight.
Okay.
The building's been a little spotty lately,
Okay,
but let me log
Thank you.
in back there.
all righty.
And I can get into a breakout room with it.
Sure.
Would that be okay?
Yes.
Oh, so you have some of these. Talk to your attorney.
Are you in probation right now?
Come to
probation.
It's a compliance hearing.
The compliance.
It's a probation hearing.
Okay.
So you talk to you.
Yes,
I'm going, give me 2 minutes. I'll be ready.
all right, thank you. Norma, what date did we give Genevieve Lopez?
February 4th.
Thank you.
Oh, let me make sure. Okay, hold on. Okay. It's on the hearing. I'm sorry, January 28th.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let's get something.
I'll do that.
What's the class name? Carlos Martinez.
We haven't had lunch.
Can I see the Zoom link to your right in front?
If you are, right?
Yes.
Here's the IDs.
All right, and could I see the file on Briala Butler, please?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. Yes, ma'am. Said Butler.
Yes.
Here you go, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, Norma on Butler, if I can get a 30-day reset.
February 18th, Judge.
Okay.
We need to make a little. She can send.
Could you let her know that her attorney is ill? Yes.
Who told you that? Tony? Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
And so we won't. We don't have to be sent up to the hospital with him. Initially.
All right, so everyone, we break for lunch, but the deputy is asking me to continue. So does anyone have any objection with continuing?
Not from this family violence portion of the state, Your Honor.
Defense attorneys? Okay. All right. Well, I'm telling everyone, I have a judges meeting at 12:30. So.
We have probation. With the last one.
Norma, on page 2, what date did we give Pedro Rodriguez?
February 27th.
Okay. All right, so we have Dominique Nicholson left
What paper do you want?
on page 3. Just 1 second. Oh, you want to hear something? That's what I wrote in the system.
Oh, what, on 128?
Mhm.
Twenty twenty-two.
Yes.
DR 5934W.
I need to get another separate one. If you do both. Uh-huh.
I do both.
Okay, all right, let me get another one.
I have two, I only have one case right here. Oh, no.
All right, Mr. DK, we're still waiting for your attorney, so you can enjoy your lunch. So we're waiting for her to zoom in for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good seeing you.
Yeah, excuse me, court.
Yes.
Yeah.
2020 CR 9620.
So for the 2020, how many days?
All right, so everyone, I know you're ready on yours?
Yes, sir.
All right, because I have a judge's meeting at 12:30.
Yes, sir. One, the other. Mr. Rodriguez is here.
All right, if I could have the information on Rodriguez, please. Is it Antonio Rodriguez?
No, Rodriguez. Huh?
All right.
91. All right.
All right, so, hi, how you doing?
All right.
So of course, we're trying to get you the help, but there's a Tacoma evaluation. So the issue is that you're currently have a parole.
Uh-huh.
Have you had your parole hearing yet or no?
Not yet.
Have they given you a date for your parole hearing?
No, not yet.
Okay. So the problem is we can continue with the evaluation for February 4th, but I'm going to need to have an attorney for you, see what we can do about your parole matter to see when that's set. Because otherwise you're going to be in limbo.
Mm.
because they're not going to accept you if you have an open case and you're pending a parole hearing.
I see.
So have you had any contact with your parole officer?
No, I was just notified on Friday about it.
All right, so this, I wanted you brought over so we can let you know what's going on, so you would not be thinking, hey, why hasn't anything happened? So what we'll do, let's keep him on schedule for the Tacoma evaluation on February 4th. Of course, if they end up revoking your parole, then you'll have to, some decisions that you'll need to make with regards to this case. Okay? And those decisions will be whether or not, if you're revoked on your parole, do you still want to continue with probation for this case or not? That'll be something that you'll need to discuss with an attorney. All right, so we'll keep you for February 4th for the evaluation. And can you let Tacoma know? Please don't just say we're rejecting him because he has an open case.
Okay.
Let us know if other than that being an impediment, would they accept him? Because somebody may be able to take care of the parole hearing very quickly.
And did you want to bring him back for another compliance hearing? Did you say?
Yes, let's bring him back after we get the results. What do you think would be a good date, Caroline? All right, so we're going to bring you back to court on February 10th. And the reason why you didn't have an attorney present is because this is just a compliance hearing. I'm not taking any evidence. But if there's something still going on with the parole, we'll make sure to see if we can get an attorney that maybe can coordinate with that person. All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Oh, this goes with the two side. All right, are we ready on Martinez?
That's good. That's good.
All right, court is calling 2020 CR 9620 and 2022 CR 5934W, State of Texas versus Carlos Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
I'm Galloway for state.
Defense?
Nipa Gallegos Carrillo.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and State's Motion to Supplement Pending Motion to Revoke Probation with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Carlos Martinez Jr. who's placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 5934W for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on June 16, 2022 for a term of 2 years? And are you the same Carlos Martinez Jr. who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 9620 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on June 16, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you? All right, state, are you proceeding on the same allegations in each motion?
Yes, Your Honor, and that's violation of condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Carlos Martinez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August, September, and October 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And that's true in both motions? All right. And state, are you proceeding on the other allegations?
You waive and abandon.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4 and cause number 2022 CR 5934W? The court could sentence you up to 2 years in the prison and up to $1,000 fine? And did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4 in 2020 CR 9620? The court could find it true and sentence you up to 2 years in the prison? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4 in each cause number?
True.
Do you wish to proceed with your plea of true? And each, yes, that's yes or no?
Oh, yes.
All right, then in each cause number, the court, that's okay. In each cause number, the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor. The state is asking that you grant the state's motion to revoke the defendant's community supervision and sentence him to his underlying 2-year sentence in each cause. The reasons being that the defendant has not reported since the year 2022. He was set to expire in June of this year. However, he has completed nothing on probation and absconded from the jurisdiction of this court. And so we would ask that he sentence him to 2 years.
All right, defense, what are you asking for?
Your Honor, we're asking the probation department has asked for Your Honor to extend him, give him the opportunity to do the, extend him for 2 years and to, so they can have the 2 years him on probation. And that's what we ask your court, the judge to honor that.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Carlos Martinez.
Why were you not reporting?
I was working out of town.
Were you given permission to work out of town?
No, ma'am.
Then why didn't you pick up the phone and call probation or ask, can I work out of town?
I don't have no excuse.
Okay, any other questions?
No, Your Honor, I just, what I asked that, given the opportunity to do the probation. Of course, I'm under the impression that he's been terminated already, or has he terminated his term?
No.
Not yet? Okay. And so, I asked then, okay, because you can't give him less than 2 years.
All right, let me ask this of you, sir. Have you completed anything on probation?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay, thank you. In each cause number, the court, as previously stated, is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to grant the motion, revoke. In each cause number, the court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. And cause number 2020 CR 9620, there's $1,000 fine. And also there's $1,000 fine in cause number 2022 CR 5934W. Time and money will run concurrent and each cause number will run concurrently. Did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? You do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegation in the motion, not the fact that you are in community supervision. Do you understand? Because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
And Your Honor, he has 2 different cases, which have 2 different time that he has served. And I want it on record that I think that the oldest one for 2020 has 91 days. And for the second offense, he has 73 days. At least that's what I was informed by the clerk.
Sure. And the clerks will make sure that the correct amount of time is given. If you think it is incorrect, just let the clerks know and we'll correct it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody else come back at 1:30, sir?
yes. And then if you could, we'll need Mr. Dykey back too. All right. Okay. All right, we'll be back at 1:30-ish. All right, Mr. Dykey, we're gonna have you back at, oh, she just zoomed in. So I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with your attorney.